Hello students, welcome. This is class 7th Science, chapter number 14, Electric Current and its Effects. In our previous video lecture, we performed some of the pre-text activities. In this video lecture, we will be performing the remaining activities. It is our lecture number 2. Topics to be covered. As I already mentioned, this video lecture is in continuation to the video lecture number 1. So, we will start with activity 4, 5, 6 and finally perform 7. All these activities will help us to understand more about electric current and its effects. So, let's start with activity 4. Aim or the objective: to study the heating effect of a glowing bulb. Materials required: number 1, a torch bulb; number 2, connecting wires; number 3, a cell; number 4, a switch. Procedure or the steps: number 1, connect a torch bulb with a cell and switch with the help of connecting wires. Number 2, switch on the bulb and then turn it off after 2 to 3 minutes. Step number 3, touch the bulb carefully on its glass body. What do you observe? Or what do you felt? Moving on to next step. Now switch off the bulb for 10 minutes and then switch it on again. Students, this is our setup to perform this activity. The cell will act as a source of energy. It is connected with bulb and switch. The wires which are connecting all these components are made up of conductors. So, they are also known as conducting wires. Step number 5. Let the bulb light for 4 to 5 minutes. Step number 6. Switch it off and again touch the bulb. What do you notice? Observation: the bulb becomes much hotter than in the first case. Conclusion: this activity shows that electric current makes the bulb hot, while touching the bulb in the second case, we observed the bulb was hotter. as compared to the first case. The heating effect in the bulb was produced by the electric current. Activity number 5. Aim to understand the effect of amount of current passing through a material. Materials required. Number 1, 3 torch bulbs. Number 2, 6 cells. Number 3, 3 switches. And number 4, connecting wires. Procedure. Number 1, make 3 circuits to glow the bulbs. 1 with a single cell, 2 with 2 cells, and 3 with 3 cells. Step number 2, switch each circuit on for 2 minutes and then switch it off. Students, as directed in these steps, we are required to make 3 circuits. The circuit will have basic components like cell, bulb, and switch. You can see in all these 3 circuits, the components are same. The only difference is in the number of cells. In circuit number 1, we have used 1 cell, whereas in circuit number 2, we used 2 cells. Finally, in third circuit, we have used 3 cells. Moving on to number 3, touch and feel the glass body of the bulb in each circuit. Can you feel the difference among the hotness of the 3 bulbs? Observation. The bulb in the second circuit is hotter than in that the first circuit, while the bulb in the third circuit is the hottest. Conclusion. This is because on increasing the number of cells in their respective circuits, the amount of current passing through them is increased. Therefore, more is the current flowing through a material, larger is the heating effect. Now, let's perform activity number 6. Aim to show magnetic behavior of a conducting wire on passing electric current through it. Materials required. Number 1, a magnetic compass. Number 2, a table. Number 3, a piece of copper wire. Number 4, a cell. Number 5, a switch. And number 6, connecting wires. Procedure. Number 1, take a magnetic compass, place it on a table and allow it to come to rest. Students, you all must be aware that a magnetic compass has a magnetic needle which always align itself to the north-south direction. Step number 2. Take a straight copper wire about 10 to 12 inches long. Step number 3. Keep the wire parallel to the compass needle and connect its two ends to a cell and a switch to complete the circuit. Number 4. Switch the circuit on. Number 5. Observe the direction of the compass needle. Let us now find the setup. As we all can see, there should be a source of energy. We can take any, a cell, a battery, or an electrical generator. Now, with the help of connecting wires, we have completed the circuit. In between, there is a lamp or a bulb. The most important part is the insulated copper wire, which is a straight wire made up of copper. Just near to it, you all can see a compass is placed. One important point to note here is that the magnetic needle of the compass is at rest and we have placed the insulated copper wire parallel to it. Observation. As soon as the current flows in the circuit, the needle shows deflection. Students, deflection means change in direction. We have observed that the magnetic needle of the compass started deflecting while we turn on the switch. Yes, on turning the circuit off, the compass needle gets back into its original direction. It is the same direction which we started with. Conclusion. This activity shows magnetic behavior of electric current. It shows that when current is there in the circuit, it also is associated with magnetic behavior. Let us now perform the last activity. Activity number 7. aim to make an electromagnet. Students, we are already aware about the term electromagnet when we discussed chapter number 15, light. Materials required. Here, for this activity, we need number 1, 1 meter long insulated copper wire. Number 2, pins. Number 3, an iron nail. Number 4, a switch. Number 5, an iron stand. Number 6, sandpaper. Number 7, a battery. Here we can also take a cell. We just need a source of energy. Let's follow the procedure. Step number 1. Take 1 meter long insulated copper wire and wrapped it around an iron nail of about 4 inches. Number 2. Scratch the free ends of the wire with a piece of sandpaper. Sandpaper has rough surface, so it can very easily scratch the topmost layer of the wire. Number 3. Connect the two free ends of copper wire to a battery through a switch. Number 4. Allow the current to flow through the copper wire by putting the switch on. This way, we are completing the circuit. Moving on to step number 5. Bring pins near one end of the iron nail and observe what happens. Observation. The pins get attracted to the iron nail. On turning the switch off, the pins fall down. Students, if we will check diagram number 1 here, you all can see an iron nail is wrapped with a wire and current is allowed to pass through the coil. As soon as the switch is on, as we turn on the switch, we can observe the small iron pins will get attracted to the iron nail. Whereas once we turn off the switch, we can observe the pins are falling apart. They are no more attracted to the iron nail. Conclusion. This shows that the nail has become an electromagnet. On turning the switch off, the pins fall down, showing that the magnetism of the nail disappears when there is No current in the coil. That's all for this video lecture. I'll encourage you all to perform these activities at your home. Thank you.